So, today's session we are we are a bit late because our previous session was not recorded properly or not broadcast properly. So, we are repeating it again. So, our today's meditation session is on stress, and actually its topic is stress friendly. And we have learned always that stress is our enemy, but it is not always true. The enemy is our attitude towards stress, our negative attitude towards stress. And so in today's meditation we will just think, and we will just go through some research which was done on stress and perception of stress, and then we will just imagine how it happens when we change our attitude towards stress. So we can start by breathing, and we breathe in counting from 1 to 4, breathe hold counting from 1 to 4, breathe out counting from 1 to 6. One more time, we will breathe in counting from 1 to 4, breathe hold counting from 1 to 4, and breathe out counting from 1 to 6. Now we are in meditation, and just focus on your natural breathing as much as possible, how air comes in into the lungs through nose and how they go out from lungs. And now we are going to think about our stress. We have always been in stressful conditions, but some research has shown that in the United States 43% of the participants, there were several thousands, that they were everyone feel stressed, and out of them 43% they had afraid of stress, and they thought that stress were bad for their health, and actually they died earlier. After several years the research continued, and it was found that they died earlier. But it is interesting that those who also felt stress, perceived stress, and they were really in stressful conditions, but they didn't think about stress to be their enemy, they lived longer. So the idea is that when we change our attitude towards stress, it is no longer our enemy. If we think it to be friendly, think it to be our friends, then actually stress, it never bothers, because stress is a natural process response in our body to cope up with adverse situation. So if we think about what happens in our body during stress, we sweat, and the sweat is because there is increased metabolism, so sweat is needed to dissipate, to release the heat, and our heartbeat increase because blood needs to be flown to muscles to run, and our breathing is also shallow and focused because we have to run, so we have to speed our breathing. So these are the natural processes because they help us to keep us away from any danger. So stress is never our enemy, it was never our enemy. Anticipation is a different phenomenon, but when we change our attitude towards stress, thinking it is our natural survival response, then it will just change everything. Again, breathing exercise, breathe in counting from 1 to 4, Breathe hold counting from 1 to 4. Breathe out counting from 1 to 6. Now for the next few minutes, continue focusing on your breathing, how air comes into the lungs and how it goes out to the lungs without trying to control it, without trying to change it. Just try to focus as much as possible. So that shouldn't be a must to do. Focus on your natural breathing, and at the same time try to think about the physiological responses which we know, which I discussed, what happens during stress. So think about them and take them as natural, as our friends, because they help us to get rid of the situation of danger. Now focus on your breathing, natural breathing, and think about those physiological responses to be our friends. Continue focusing on your breathing. So whatever happens during stress, those are our natural response to danger or dangerous situation. So they are rather our friends, not our enemies. Focus on our natural breathing. Focus on your breathing and think about the response during stress, the bodily response or responses. Focus on your natural breathing. And those responses are our friends, not our enemies. Now start again counting from 1 to 4. Breathe in. Breathe hold counting from 1 to 4. And breathe out counting from 1 to 6. Again breathe in counting from 1 to 4. Breathe hold counting from 1 to 4. And breathe out counting from 1 to 6. we will continue breathing exercise one more time, and then we will open our eyes. Breathe in, breathe hold, breathe out. Now we can open our eyes. So now this is the end of today's session. See you again next week, hopefully. Bye bye.